Chapter 2, The Longest Night. Journal entry, Day 2. I made it through the night. Barely. It was the longest night I can remember. Every sound outside felt like it was coming closer. The wind rustling the trees, the distant crash of the waves, and worst of all, the groaning. It was sporadic at first, like a lone animal in the woods, but as the hours dragged on, it grew. More voices joined the chorus, low and guttural, cutting through the darkness like a knife. I barely slept. I couldn't. I sat by the window with the rifle in my lap, staring into the blackness beyond the trees. The candle burned low, and I let it go out eventually, not wanting to draw attention to the cabin. At some point, I must have dozed off, because I woke to the sound of shuffling just outside. It was close, too close. My heart was pounding so loud I was afraid they'd hear it. I didn't dare move, didn't dare breathe. Then I heard the scratching. It started on the front door, slow, deliberate, as if they were testing it. I tightened my grip on the rifle, every nerve in my body screaming to stay still. The scratching moved to the window next, the one right by the table where I'm writing this now. I couldn't see them, but I knew they were there. I could feel it. And then, silence. I don't know how long I sat there, frozen in place, waiting for the next sound. Minutes? Hours? Eventually, the first light of dawn crept through the trees, and I worked up the courage to peek outside. They were gone. The world looks different in the daylight. Less terrifying maybe, but no less broken. I spent the morning checking the cabin, making sure everything was still secure. No broken windows, no forced doors. They didn't get in, but they know I'm here. That much is clear. The garden, though, it's ruined. They trampled through it in the night, kale flattened, carrot tops shredded, everything else uprooted. I don't know if they were looking for food or if they were just wandering. Either way, it's a loss I can't afford. I turned on the ham radio again and tried broadcasting another message. Same as yesterday. This is Thomas Whitaker in Crescent City, California. Is anyone out there? Please respond. Still nothing. I don't know why I keep trying. Maybe it's habit or hope. I spent most of the day preparing, securing the cabin, boarding up the windows, taking stock of my supplies. I've got enough canned food to last a couple of weeks if I ration it carefully. Water's not an issue yet, but I'll need to start thinking about long-term solutions. One thing I have plenty of is candles. I've always liked the simplicity of candlelight. Reminds me of my time living off the grid in the mountains. Back then I used kerosene lanterns too. Maybe I'll dig out the old one if things get worse. For now, I'll keep writing. It helps to get the thoughts out of my head, to put them somewhere safe. As the sun sets again, the fear starts creeping back in. The groaning has started already, faint but unmistakable. It feels like they're circling, getting bolder. I don't know how long I can keep this up, but for tonight, I'll do what I did last night. Sit by the window, rifle in hand, waiting for the dawn. If you're reading this, it means I made it through another night. Thomas Whitaker.